that was supposed to be a Steely Dan song, and I played some of it. Okay, let's talk Telecasters. It's a beautiful Labor Day weekend. Enjoying some coffee. Talking Telecasters, the most awesome, simplest, man, just talk about salt of the earth guitars. The Telecaster. This is a Warmoth. This is the Tele of Theseus. It started its life as a Mexican Tele, and then, like one by one, all the parts swapped until it became a different Warmoth guitar, and then it kind of evolved into this body, this neck. Most of the hardware came over. There's nothing left of the original made in Mexico Tele that started its life as. But these pickups have been with me 20 years, maybe? I don't know, something close to that. Yeah, I think I got these in 2001, so 22 years, 20, something like that. I can't math right now. Okay, so, but I want to talk about Tele wiring because Teles are cool, and it's a man, it's a deep hole on wiring. So I love standard two position Teles, but I'm a one guitar for the gig kind of guy most of the time. And so a lot of the gigs I play, even when I was doing country stuff, man, we would play songs where it's not like you had to have the quack 2 and 4 positions, but it's better to have it. And so I always wanted, kind of the 3 position one. And I was playing, this is probably '04 or something. I was playing with a country singer, and we had another guy kind of sub a few gigs on guitar, and he's a big Nashville Tele guy, and he was like, dude, just freaking route it, throw in a pickup. And so I went ahead and did that, and man, I haven't looked back since, so I'm really, really glad I did the middle pickup in a Tele. But it took a few evolutions on the wiring, and so I want to talk about that, and I don't know, maybe I saved somebody else a few cycles. That's the goal here. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do the wiring. The most basic one is you just wire it like a Strat, right? So the middle position is the middle pickup. The problem with that is then you lose the Tele middle position, right, where you get the bridge and the neck. So you sacrifice that. Well, we can solve that. There's a 7 sound Strat mod where you put a push pull pot here or here. Normally people do the tone pot. You can do whatever, or push push. I have opinions on the push push, but push pull is normally what I go with. And that's cool because it gives you that split position, and it gives you another sound with all 3 pickups on. I will say I think the three on, I don't have a use for that sound. It doesn't sound great to me, so I'd rather not have it. It's like when you start adding more sounds that suck, now your brain has to track, how do I avoid the one that sucks? I don't want to do that. So, and then the worst problem I had with the 7 sound mod is that you need 2 actions to hit it, which is flip the switch, pull this up, now play. And if you're changing pedals or amp channels, it's too much for me to do, and so I'll always avoid it and never do it. It works great for recording because you're not in a hurry, and you can set the guitar however you want it. So I didn't work for that. The other big way is like the Brent Mason or Joe Glazer thing where you have a blend knob. Man, I mean, those guys are the legends. So a lot of people love the blend knob. Who could blame them? Because Brent Mason is, I mean, he's the man, right? I don't like the blend pot personally because although I did experiment, you see I have you can't see here, that's an abalone fret marker covering a hole in that plate. But it gets crowded down here with 3 knobs. And then also my OCD doesn't like a blend pot because it's always like, is that the right balance? And I'll just keep playing with it, and I don't know, it doesn't work well for me. I want the switch to be like, okay, on, done, move on. That helps my brain be semi-functional. Okay, so So personally, I'm out on blend pots. Obviously, who can argue with that being a good option since a lot of people use it. But for me, it's not for me. Okay, so where I landed is there is a two pole switch you can buy for Tele. Two pole, it's like half of a super switch, which super switches are great for strats. They don't fit in most Tele bodies with the regular routing. A two pole fits in it. I had never heard of one of these till a few years back, and this gets me every sound that I want. Bridge, these two sounds. I mean, come on, killer. And then the middle position. Oh my god, it's perfect, like a Tele should be. I mean, come on. And then you get the Strat sound here. The fix. Who doesn't like that stuff? Okay, and then neck pickup, right? Sounds killer. Okay. I don't have any of the. Now, at five sounds, all of them sound good. All of them sound right. It's perfect. Um, I did give up the middle sound, the middle coil by itself, because it sounds like crap and nobody uses it. I shouldn't say that. There's plenty of YouTubers starved for content that trying to make videos about how great this is because they have nothing else to talk about. Half kidding. No, there are a lot of great recordings out like Bonnie Raitt, Stevie Ray Vaughan. They were big middle pickup people, but that's why God made Strats for that. For a Tele, this sucks. So I think if most off the shelf Teles, Nashville style Teles, just do a Strat wiring, and we can do better, people. Buy a two pole, throw it in, and you'll thank me. Now, the other thing is, if you bought a Strat that comes that way, I don't know how these are going to be wired in relation to each other. So these are the Twain King sets from DiMarzio. Awesome pickup, and they're cheap too, relatively so. So I really have had great luck with these, and highly recommend that. And then obviously the middle position on these, it's their reverse polarity and wound from each other, so they noise cancel in that position. Uh, my two and four positions don't noise cancel because you can't have a traditional single coil that's going to be wired for both. On this guitar, what I did, it's got the same kind of wiring. I put a silent pickup in the middle, and it's good enough. It's fine. This is just a regular Van Zandt Blues, which actually works really well with the Twain Kings. That's a great choice. I don't know or remember how this is wired from a if it's the reverse middle one or what. I went to a store and it was like, oh, we got these, so I bought it and I freaking love it. Uh, and it is hotter than these two, but it sounds killer. And of course this guitar, it has a little piece of wood to match this. It's tone wood. Okay. Anyway, it's not. It's just, I don't know, OCD stuff. Okay. That's really all I want to talk about was use a two pole. Sounds great. Use a real set of Tele pickups. It's gonna be the way God intended. Throw in whatever in the middle. Doesn't freaking matter. It's gonna sound great. And then regular 250K pots. Regular. I don't remember the values. I just use the whatever the standard value is. Which I think it's point 0. I always get the 47 and 22 mixed up. So just Google it and whatever. It's fine. And then I'm a big believer in treble bleeds. Not on this guitar. This guitar doesn't need it. I don't think. Um, and I do a lot of volume roll off stuff with this, and it always sounds great. I'm going into a 75 Champ, so rolling it off isn't gonna do any good at this slow volume. But yeah, I feel like this guitar I can cover any style of music, any gig. This is actually one of my favorite guitars to use for jazz stuff. and including the bridge rolled off the bridge pickup on this, which is something you don't really expect. Sounds killer. That's just a cool sound, and of course the neck pickup is going to sound more like a traditional jazz thing. Freaking great! I love these guitars. Telecasters are so great. A lot of love. Anyway, I hope my wiring ramblings is interesting to somebody out there. Maybe not. This video is way too long. Man, what an awesome gigging guitar. This is just a Warmoth body, the cheapest alder body I could get, roasted maple neck. I did get it plecked. And honestly, these Twain Kings are cheap. This is a Godot compensated brass saddle, and I did do locking tuners. Not an expensive guitar, but it is freaking great. It was worth the pleck job on it. So yeah, love it, and cheers.